My little pony, my little pony.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 53, recorded on May 6, 2012, Cinco de Mayo. Hey, fun times on that.
And free comic book day.
And free comic book. Is that just coincidence there, Chef Sandy?
This time around, yes.
Was there any Cinco de Mayo related comic books?
Not that I noticed, no.
Oh, that seems like the perfect marketing, the perfect bit of marketing there. Hello, I am your host, Apple Cider. Hey, Chef Sandy.
Hey, what's up?
It sounds like you had an active day already.
Yep.
Went to your local comic book shop and getting yourself in trouble with trying to host things locally at your house.
Yeah.
If you want to go hang out at Chef Sandy's house, just find out later. So yes.
Just scratch on the door. Bring me pie.
So yes, very cool. We are doing this live once again on Justin TV. We do have a full crowd of crew of people listening and watching the show. So great to have you guys waving to the screen at this point, and they are waving back. Awesome. And our guest this week is going to be. We've had these guys on before, and it is super fun. Why don't we go ahead and you guys introduce yourselves again as returning champions, starting with Uramis.
Hello, Uramis here. Like I say, I'm the head of the project. Salty's, you can forget him. Yeah, hi.
Well,
I'd feel much better if everyone forgot about me.
You know, well, please explain which project this is.
It's basically two projects in one. We're currently working on the episode 1 of the single player.
What's the name?
For crying out loud.
MLPOnline.
Okay, thank you.
That's important to know.
That's the working title of the MP portion. We don't even have a title of the SP, do we?
No, we don't have a... No.
What is wrong?
My Little Pony offline.
Not the first one to make that joke, and it doesn't get any less funny.
So yes,
My Little Pony Forever Alone edition.
We're going with that one. You're going to make the sprites of the big fat guy.
Bring your OC into it. Watch him as everyone ignores him.
Salty would just be sitting in the corner moping.
The more horns and wings you add to it, the less people react.
I'd be right at home in this world.
I'm an out of corn with a mane of all colors and bat wings. All the main cast goes, who the heck is this guy? Just keep talking, guys. They'll move away. So yes, wow, we're already pretty silly this episode. So yes, great to have you guys on. We're going to talk about, because it sounds like you are getting a little bit closer with the game that you had talked about almost a year ago with us.
We've got a countdown on our DA site at the moment.
Ooh, oh boy! What are we at so far? So we're actually going to see one of these My Little Pony games.
3 weeks, 4 days, and 4 hours.
So we're actually going to be able to
premieres
play
at Brony, actually, the New Jersey one.
So we're actually going to be able to jump on and play
a single player first episode.
The multiplayer is going to take a while to get developed, especially because our server guy has been running into a bit of trouble too.
Okay.
The problem with volunteer.
Yeah.
Something's
we'll get
better
into
than
that
now,
later.
right?
That totally works. All right, so we'll talk about how the game is progressing and, what we can probably expect to see at BronyCon. Sounds like the first part of the single-player campaign, which is awesome. You both are returning champions. You have been on the show before, so that means we can get away from the final 2 questions, but we still have to get updates on the first 2. So I have to find out, Uramis, favorite character and favorite episode.
Twilight, and who would have won a favourite one episode? I like them all.
Nope, got to pick one.
Yeah, you have to pick one.
Yeah.
You can't wuss out of a question like that.
Nope. Flip a coin that includes all the episodes.
Pick one.
It sort of defaults to last roundup if you don't say anything.
Yeah, that's because of Debbie, yeah.
Okay, last roundup. We'll go with that.
The original, not the new edited one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Salty, what's your feelings?
I'm going with Rarity and Sisterhood of Social. I don't think Sisterhood of Social is rated high enough. People just sort of passed it over. It was a great episode.
Well, it's a good episode.
It's a fine episode. It's a very Rarity episode. So if you are a Rarity fan, it is a very good episode. That is correct. All right, well, we got through that in record time. All right, so good for you guys. As I said, we're going to talk about video games, and we're going to chat along with these lads about what they're doing with the MLPOnline game that they have. Their nice little website that keeps getting updated with more screenshots. Ooh. And then the weird posts that you guys do. What the heck? What kind of developer update is that with that weird
Did someone
chicken
actually
head?
read that? I had no idea. And which one are you referring to? Because there's more than one.
I'm looking at the one that is for April 23rd that has that video and the chicken head. Your site is...
That's actually a turkey.
Okay, your site is very odd. MLPOnline.net.
We tried .com, but that's been taken by another horse site.
Oh, no. All right, so let's go ahead and move this on. First thing what we got to do is we got to talk about our sponsors. Hey, Chef, who would we have?
That is the folks over at We Love Vine. You can get 10% off your purchase with code Bronyville10. And the Design Contest Season 3 is finally finished. Apparently had over 1 million voters in this.
Woo.
1 million votes. That's a lot of people clicking a lot of really bad shirt design. But there's a lot of good ones, too. And the winners, the grand prize, was a Sweet Apple Acres apple cider shirt by Benjamin. And I figured that'd be something you'd be all over, AC.
That's pretty. That is a pretty nice shirt. I actually, the other ones that I thought Lauren's choice, the Lost and Everfree shirt, I loved that one. That is a
very nice design.
Let's see. Other ones, the Judge's Prize, Oops, My Bad, runner-up of the Pony Totem and the Graffiti Pawn 3 shirt.
Which is really nice.
Yes, and honorable mentions, I thought the PhD in Adorableness, by our friend that does the
Dr. Adorable.
Dr. Adorable, and there's just a ton of shirts. Go check them out because we've got all this linked. You can go check that out over at We Love Fine.
Okay, wait, hold on, like half a tick. Apparently, they have pony hoodies now.
Whoop! Hold on. I think they've had pony hoodies for a while now.
No, this is something. This is a pony hoodie with like Rainbow's face, like her eyes on the chest, a cutie mark zip pull, and a rainbow mane down the back.
What? Yeah, I just.
What? I had not seen these.
Yes, these are quite new. Pinky, Rainbow, and Fluttershy.
Wow.
I'm going to click this.
That's crazy.
You want to get really good at boxing really quick, try wearing one of those around where I live. I'm just saying.
It even has little wings on the back. Wow. That's kind of cute.
For $60. And it looks like they only have a very little limited stock because I noticed with the Fluttershy, only 3 left at this time.
Yeah, likewise.
Most hoodies have those strings near the hood part? If you pull those, do the wings flap.
Really?
That'd be good.
If you are a Maximum Pony fan, you can totally pick one of these up while they're still in stock. That is, I had not seen those until just now. That is really cool.
And I also suggest also check their daily deals because right now they have the Smile shirt, the one that has the main 6 with Pinky on the back of Applejack from the Smile song. It's 25% off. It's $18. 18 and some change. So that's an awesome little just image from the show. So if you're looking for a T-shirt, we can't suggest anything more than We Love Fine. They have so much and they're so good. All right, who else we got?
We also have our sponsor Ruckus Media. They're the guys that do they did My Little Pony, Twilight Sparkle, Teach for a Day. They're doing storybooks. They have an ad on our site at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. And they do educational books for kids that are pony for your iPad and iDevices.
Yes, and we do have codes for that. So if at any point you we totally have the option to do some play and some game with them. So if you guys do have iPads, we would love to do a little contest and allow you to a chance to win some a $30 access onto their service to go check out what kind of pony swag and pony games they have on their service. So we will be handing those out, amongst the next few shows and such. And the final sponsor that we have is the great guys over at Everfree Northwest. It is the convention up in Seattle. Very cool guys. 3 days. Get to be in Seattle, which is a great city. And let's see. Let me type this. Everfree Northwest. And you can find the website, of course, at everfreenw.com. And they have all the information there. They are filling up more and more of their hotel. The place is great. It is on August 17th and 19th in Seattle. And you'll hear more about that in the little clip that should be playing soon.
Come one, come all. Come see the great and powerful Prince. I have come here to tell every pony about an upcoming event of untold grandeur. The event that I speak of is Everfree Northwest, the most amazing brony convention on the West Coast. Obviously, you have not heard of it yet. Only the most wonderful and dazzling ponies like myself know of its existence. At Everfree Northwest, there will be fantastic live music from Brony musicians, as well as actual singers from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and maybe a few more surprises as well. So, make sure you join us at the great and powerful Everfree Northwest on August 17th to 19th. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But was there ever any doubt?
All right, so that takes care of all those wonderful sponsors. So I need News Pony to jump in here and tell me what's been going up this week. It's the summer, not much has been going on, so I need my pony update.
But there's been very little actual news this week because it is the long ponyless summer. Millions dead from withdrawal. Pray for a Marion. The Seeds of Kindness album was released, and the project for Uganda has been funded. They have reached their goal. That doesn't mean stop. The fundraiser is building a clinic in Uganda, which is going to happen, and a green village in Burundi, which street children who've lost their parents in civil war can find a secure home that allows refugees to become self-sufficient without resorting to crime, which, hey, crime is bad.
I'm not for it.
Yeah, don't do crime, kids. Seeds Kindness is up to 12,582 euros with 615 donations. And it's still going for a bit. So if you would like to get yourself to donate to a good cause and get yourself a 40-track album, you can totally do that. I donated, and the album's good. So, I mean, what more do I need to say about that? And also, one of the things I did is I'll admit that a lot of these the charity stuff that's been going on, I'd be kind of like, I don't know. But I've done the research, and this charity, as well as Maddie Peters, the World Vision one, they're on the up and up and use between 88 and 95% of the money they use for the actual work. It's not like one of those charities where it's like you donate money and then $10 out of every 100 gets used. Mm-hmm. The rest goes to like executives. So these are good charities. I've done my research. So that's cool.
Yeah. And yeah, you get when you donate, you get 40 tracks just full of, Voodoo Pony, let's see, Mackin. Yeah, there's tons of. I'm trying to pull some of the bigger names out of the Cyril.
Oh, let's see. You've got.
And the Rainfall did that, or did he do the previous one? I really liked one of his tracks in the previous one.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people: Macon, Rainstorm, Joshua Monuto, Boschfire, Cyril the Wolf, Circuit Fry, Scarlet Peace, So Great and Powerful, Fuzogs. Lots of people, lots of good music. I have listened through the album, and I was quite pleased with my donation.
All right, that's cool, and you can find that over. We do have a link in the show notes, but it is also at broniesforgood.org. you can find all the information on that. Okay, cool. And next up?
Next up is the My Little Pony is up for 3 Leo Awards. Leo Awards are the organization for the Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Foundation of British Columbia. So since it's produced in Vancouver, it had a chance to pop up in the awards and has gotten 3 nominations for Best Animated Program, Best Direction, and Best Overall Sound. So that is really cool. The initially nominated for the Best Music, but the nom got retracted because William Anderson doesn't live in British Columbia.
Oh no.
Who knows? But still, that's really cool that the show is getting recognized as the awesome show that it is. Hopefully it'll win. There is a new DVD in the works, which is kind of cool. It's a bit better episode selection this time around. It's the Royal Wedding DVD. It's now up for pre-order on Amazon. It's another 5-episode disc with Candlelight Wedding Part 1 and 2, Hearts and Hose Days, Sweet and Elite, and The Best Night Ever. So it's kind of focusing on Candlelight this time around instead of the vague trains of the first one. And aside from Hearts and Hooves, which was a solid episode, all the rest of the episodes are top tier, in my opinion. So,
you just said bad about Heart. Perfect. That worked perfectly.
Hearts and Hooves was fine. It's just not on the same tier as the other ones.
You gonna take that, Salty?
Opinions.
I can't strangle him over the internet yet.
So that's really cool. It's coming out on August 7th, 2012, and hopefully alongside with much more pony product for us to all rapidly consume.
I need more. I gotta have more. I still have to give away these DVDs. I have all of the Friendship Express DVDs that we have been donated graciously, and it is super.
We should probably host some sort of contest, AC.
I think we will. I think I've actually got an idea, and I'll detail it at the end of the show. I want to get our fans involved, and I have some ideas of some things I would like them to do, and then after I will randomly pick a winner off of the people who do what I said them to do. So that will be our hope for next. I'll go into some detail a little bit later, and I'll throw a DVD in there.
Dance puppets dance.
Oh, I love it when my puppets dance. All right, that's cool. What we got next?
So the My Little Pony Project 2012 special guests. This is coming up next weekend. So those of you that are listening live, you have a week, and the people that are listening on Wednesday, you have a few days. It's out in LA. But they are going to have Tara Strong, Ashley Ball, Andrea Libman, and Kathy Wiseluck all there to do a panel, I guess, and do autograph signings. They're going to be showing episodes of Friendship is Magic at the Silent Movie Theater between 12 to 3 p.m. in Los Angeles, California. And they're doing also the Toy Art Gallery, some of the project stuff that people have done with, I'm going to guess, all generations of pony stuff, of pony figurines. So it's going to be lots of customs on display and get a chance to meet VAs and writers.
Kid-friendly, yes. Dog-friendly, no. Non-smoking, yes. And it is wheelchair accessible.
Yeah, so don't bring your dogs, but if you got a wheelchair, you're good.
What if your dog is in a wheelchair?
Unacceptable.
Oh, so disappointed. All the handicapped dogs of the world are now upset. Let's see. I'm looking at this. The price to get in is $20, $21.69 with service fee. Looks like quantities can go all the way up to 50.
So if you are in LA or on that side of the country and really want to get to meet these people, go right ahead. Sounds really cool, and I'm kind of jelly that it is it's on the West Coast. Well, I'm here in Dallas, and nothing cool like that shows up.
Hasbro, why you know like NorCal? That's all I'll say. Shake. I'm in the same state, but they are simply below me. Silent Movie Theater.
They're also like 300 miles away from you.
Yeah.
Right?
What?
I walked farther than that. Come on, man.
Be quiet. It's far. It's a big state. Be like 6 hours.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm too busy on the project to look up any of this stuff.
Well, if you look at the show notes, it links to it, sir. You can find that.
Look at the links. I just don't know anything about it because I'm too busy spoiling all the time.
Yeah, it's 381 miles from San Francisco, so it'd be a little bit less
I'm not
from
gonna
where
get there.
you live.
Are you blaming me, bro?
Yes, I am blaming you, AC, because it's because of you that I don't get to go out to LA.
You know what? But
If
if I went down there, you would be so jelly it would burn you on the inside. That next show you'd have to handle yourself. And now I have to figure out all right, it starts at noon. How much of a drive would it be to drive down and get there for noon? That.
Oh, actually, I'm going to have to talk to you after the show about the next few weeks and where I'm totally going to be non-existent.
Oh, yes, that is true. You're going to abandon me for a few weeks. Bleh.
I'm sure you can get our mighty guest co-hosts in.
Yes, I can get them to do something to cover for you, sir. That is no problem. Okay, anything else, or is that, let's see. Oh, we do have one more.
There's one more thing that Everfree Northwest has announced our community guests, which we talked about briefly a little bit earlier, but they have listed Everfree Radio is going to be there with Acoustic Brony and Sethisto and Equestria Daily and the guys from Derpy Hooves News and the guys from Bronyville.
Hey, I know them.
Hey, I know those guys. Mike the Microphone and Equestrian Dreamers, who are doing the My Little Investigations game. So that's the Phoenix Wright style investigative adventure game. So their website's been updated. There are guests. There are people that are going to this. You should go to this if you're in that part of the country.
3 days in trendy Seattle. Get your rain and coffee on.
Yep, and lots of musicians are going to be there. So if you like pony music, this will be the con for you.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of us there, and they're still adding stuff at this time, and It's in August. They have a little bit of time. Yep, and do have to think. I'm just going to throw this out there. It is in Seattle. Vancouver's just like a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep, I'm sure there are going to be a couple of artists and people from the show that will be unofficially attending. So.
I already am talking on the lowdown with a few of them and just being like, if it all goes crazy, you can totally hang with us. It's cool.
They have our secret plans.
Yes, it'll be fun. But we also want to hang out with you guys. We're not going to totally ditch you. And we do want to meet you, and it will be fun. I'm very much looking forward to Everfree Northwest.
Yep. All right. So we're done with the news.
Yay!
That will move us along to books.
Nothing was on fire this week. That's always good. Book suggestions. So yes, it is the summer. We need to talk about all the great things that you can read to keep yourself occupied during the summer when there's just no official pony going out there. This week, my choice was Smoke and Mirrors. This is by Tea Party Cannon. You can find a link in the show notes. You can find over at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. And the basis is that one of the changelings from the last episode that we had ends up just getting trapped or can't leave Ponyville, and ends up just kind of hanging out and having to pretty much stay with Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie. And I saw it going one way, and I was happy to see that it didn't go that way, because when you have a shapeshifter, it would be very easy just to sit back and go, oh, and it's just a shapeshifter and pretends the whole time, but it wasn't. So I thought it's a very nice read. It's a neat little kind of add-on slice of life and comedy style story. Incomplete as of this time, but it does have 2 chapters with they're relatively quick reads. So it is highly rated. So I'd go check that out. Link it out. It is Smoke and Mirrors. Sheffers.
Yep. I think that my list, Pinkie Pie watches paint dry. Did I mention that last week? It was in the document.
You may have.
It's a good fic. You should read it. Also, I've read Sharing the Night, which is on Film Fiction by Cast Iron Carotid. And Twilight becomes the alicorn of the stars. This is a problem because Luna kind of had that job. It is a 4-chapter incomplete fic, 33,417 words, and hopefully it will get completed. But it's a nice bit of interpersonal interaction and conflict between Twilight and Luna because, hey, they took her job.
I did notice there are some author's notes to the fact that the first 2 chapters were written before Luna Eclipse, so they did have to make some edits, it appears, from the original, but it does look, let me scroll back up here, it does look like, yes, very highly reviewed, and Twilacorns. Come on, you can't hate Twilacorns. It's best pony alicorn. Absolutely.
Okay.
Uramis, what do you got?
Fallout Equestria. The only fic I've really read that kept me interested.
There's a big fic. Anything you get? Sell it. Come on, sell it to me, sir.
I just like it because it made me tear up, made me laugh, blah blah blah. I'm not really much of a reader.
He doesn't have any emotions.
No.
I'll fill it in.
Coming from you, Salty, which we had to remove your suggestion because we don't suggest clop fic on the show.
Mine was censored. It is not a clop fic. It is a comedy.
You listed it as a clop fic comedy.
Because it is. But it's more comedy than anything else. If you honestly think that this is a sexy thing, then there is something wrong with you. You need psychiatric care.
Whatever.
And anyone who may possibly be a little interested in this, and I know I'm not saying that anyone here who would be listening would be, but I'll be posting a link to it on the MLPOnline forums sometime after the show airs.
Okay.
Good for you, sir. We do not.
I'm sorry, we're a PG show at best.
At worst, it's still kind of PG.
I feel the iron glove of censorship closing around my throat. You'll not beat me.
The Grand Counterlock Cavalcade will happily take your fic. So that is totally fine. All right, let's see. Censored. Good one. Good one there, Shefford. All right, so topic time. We are making record time on this episode. So we have you folks back. We had you on way back in episode 13 or 11, just to talk about your MMO and also your single player game. So how has the game actually progressed since then?
I have no idea coding-wise. That's Salty's department, but graphical-wise, it's going along pretty well. At the moment, I'm still working on the battle animations and some spell graphic animations.
Okay, so just
to
be
working on that for a while.
So just so I have everyone that is listening has a little bit of idea, the basis of a game looks kind of in the similar veins of your Final Fantasies. I'm getting a big squint off that webcam. But you do go in. You do have battle anime. You do kind of okay, we are on this side of the screen, they are on that side of the screen. Though there is definitely some movement that happens while you're playing. But
I wanted to release a new video this week, but I haven't had the chance to. I just finished the combat camera, which makes it move around and swoop in, all that sort of stuff while the action's going on. So it's not static like it used to be. I just haven't finished that feature.
Okay.
I want to release that sometime this week. You guys are on Wednesday, right?
I'm Wednesday. So you got till Wednesday to go post all the terrible stuff that you said that you were going to.
Just one thing.
All right, so just so we have it out there, so what would you put this game akin to, of other retail releases that are out there?
Actually, we borrowed something from everybody. I don't even know, because I actually found out later from some of my other devs that they had actually said, "Oh yeah, this mechanic was in this other game." That caught me by surprise. I didn't actually know that. like the skills equip mechanic training told me
No,
it was
there's
something like
nothing wrong
EverQuest.
with
I can't remember
borrowing
what EverQuest was.
mechanics.
So apparently, if you take every single RPG and throw them into a blender and just put it on puree, that's kind of what we're going for here.
And add some rainbows as well. That helped.
Because I was really looking forward to the God of War My Little Pony game, so that would if you guys can fulfill that market
That's
for
the
me, that would be
multiplayer
great.
component. I told you.
I'm really surprised that you decided to go with Fluttershy as your Kratos stand-in, because wow, watching her tear apart. Well, I'm not gonna say anything, but
that
it's some
stare,
serious
that
business.
that stare, like,
No, you seen her with the bear. She does kung fu.
well, that
She's
was a
my vibe.
massage. That was getting a crick out of a bear's neck,
So deception is what we're going with here.
Oh.
Everybody, what they just said is all a lie.
Smoke and mirrors. All right. Well, let's see, because you guys are waiting to release. I'm kind of curious about what you can say or what you're willing to say. It sounds like that you have your first chapter that's going to be released, correct?
To be honest,
Yeah.
I have no idea what the story's about. I seriously don't know.
We've rewritten it a few times, mostly because the season 2 finale kind of threw us for a loop. Because that was our idea. You stole it.
The metal-like things were changeling like metal things, liquid things.
Yeah. How
Now
did
they're
that
called
happen?
changeling ponies.
That can't be an accident. Somebody was looking at our early dev stuff. I'm not saying who. But someone leaked it, and they're like, wow, that's a good idea. We should totally steal that. And now we look like the jerks.
Yeah.
Well,
We've had a whole lot of plot rewrites going on lately.
all right. So
plot is very important.
yeah.
What Salty told me is that our changeling metal things are now experiments by the changelings.
No, that's even been thrown out, dude. In
Is
fact,
it?
the writers are going to get back to me today about it.
Nobody tells me nothing.
See, he's British, so he can get away with saying that.
Oh, you got to be careful. They're British. Let's see this. Yeah, I'm trying to see the. So you've got this. It's got the battle mechanic. You guys are still in the middle of rewrites. Anything you can think of, Chef?
Well, I see that you've certainly got all the spriting, or vast majority of the spriting, the artwork. It's kind of funny though at this point. It's like you've done all this stuff, and then each new episode, and I guess the season finale, has just kind of smashed your every story that you've had in progress.
Now there's not going to be a single episode for the whole summer. We can just calm down.
Yeah, we can finally start taking parts of it and saying, okay, this is ours. No one and if something season 3 contradicts it, I'm just going to say, we're going to stick with what we have.
No, we can
Yeah.
we influence the show. We influence the show.
So you
I
just
don't
need
think
you just have to make it just like they stepped into an alternate dimension and all this is true.
Yeah, just
Or rather, turn your brain off and stop worrying. It's a game.
exactly. It's just a game. You should probably just relax. Seems kind of familiar, huh? I see.
So let's see. You have two separate kind of games you've been mentioning. So you've got the single player game, which is the one that you've got the countdown for, and that you're doing everything you're working on, and then you have a multiplayer component.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So what can you tell me about that thus far?
Well, the multiplayer component is entirely in planning stages because our server development has been lagging quite a bit behind the client development. So there's that. The plan is that I think certain single player is going to have 6 episodes, each one longer than the last. And when we release the 6th one, multiplayer will also come out with it. So, and all the multiplayer and single player share all the resources. So every time Uramis over there draws a fireball, then the fireball will also show up in multiplayer and we can reuse it.
Convenient.
Because otherwise, the amount of time it takes to make the mind-bogglingly huge number of sprites that we need, we would never be releasing this freaking game.
And the
Yeah, look at the poor guy.
Well, and I noticed some notes, and I don't know if this is the same thing, but there is there was talk that the multiplayer was going to be non-combat focused, or is that changing at all?
That's
combat,
changing
yeah.
quite a bit. Essentially, combat is the biggest of all the various things that you can do in it. So as we go on with it, we'll program probably lots of little mini games and such. Just little things you can do, but there will also be a multiplayer combat component with you can take a bunch of team players to an instance and kill a whole bunch of enemies, and that it will be a really big thing in it.
Will you kill them or
really
will you friendship them?
Knock them out.
Friendship lasers.
Yeah, we're gonna make it all nice and G-rated for you. They just get sent flying off the screen.
You get sent flying off the screen, or just lie there, spinny eyes, and with stars around the head.
That's the way to do it. If only World of Warcraft
I'm talking as a programmer.
If only World of Warcraft had done that. Just Illidan just goes down and just spinny eyes.
You got me.
Or rolling their back with a twitchy leg. That'd be amusing.
Yeah, twitchy leg ends up turning back into his happy form. Oh no, I was so bad. That would.
Yeah, Pinkie Pie has an attack that you can she'll throw sugar or something, and they'll just be sitting on the floor foaming at the mouth. That'd be hilarious.
Something that would be rather fun would be the kind of
Twilight minigun.
Well, Twilight minigun, but I was thinking like the World of Warcraft has their thing where you go back in time and do particular battles. It would be funny to go back in time.
I did tell Salty that near the very beginning of the project, where you talk to Twilight and she takes you back into the way they go to Nightmare Moon.
Yeah, so you could take out Nightmare Moon, or you could deal with Discord. You could take care of Chrysalis. You could do like all the big events that were part of that. That would be something that would be really fun that you could go back and.
If anyone complains about canonicality, because I don't seem to recall this happening. It's a game. You just play the game. You kick the changelings in the face, and there's the Queen Chrysalis. You beat her up, and then hey, there you go. Power of love or something sends everybody flying. Just accept it.
It's magic. Ain't explaining nothing.
Good catch there. You caught yourself before you swore.
Don't worry, we do have the yay filter, not for those that are watching it live.
To buy some apples.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Buy some apples wouldn't be too bad, depending on the size of it. We'll have to see. So let's see. You guys have your release that's coming out. So, had either of you worked on a video game project before this?
I've done some of my own, but they just never got out really.
Okay, Salty.
He's a spriter. You kind of got to excuse that. I did a partial bit of work that was actually supposed to be paid, except for the guy never got around to paying me. He just sort of dropped off the face of the earth. And I also released Metroid Classic, which actually doesn't run on modern hardware anymore, which is really unfortunate because Allegro 4 is just not supported. If I had written in Allegro 5, maybe. I still have the old source code, too. It's basically a remake of the first Metroid game on PC. It has an editor that was made by Toasty Justice, who also does some of our server stuff right now. You might be able to get it to run. I still have all the old executables and stuff, though it crashed on startup for me. So hey, but yes, I have released a game before this, and I made it all by myself too.
So what would you say that you guys have learned since starting this project? What new things have you kind of had to pick up or kind of gleaned out of working on a game from doing it with this community thing and having the big crazy expectations and then going oh god.
Being the head of a project is bloody hard. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give him that. Being the head of a project is bloody hard.
Salty saves me with the coder stuff because I have no idea what that goes on there. So he's in charge of the code. I'll leave him.
You can be the executive producer. I'll be the director. How about that? I think that makes sense.
Don't make me downgrade you.
Yeah. But just wrangling everyone together and having everything.
Yeah, the big thing is because when I did the other project, I worked by myself. I had Toasty helping, but he had a full-time job, so couldn't really count on anything that was going on there because every time something comes up, the job gets priority. Well, that's kind of how it is all the time here. So whenever I have something that I need to get done, if I'm not the one getting it done, I can't count on it getting done. And it's just sort of the thing that we have to deal with every single fan project that has ever been done, is that you just kind of have to accept that you're never going to make a deadline. Something bad is going to happen.
That's the nature of fan projects in general, which is why that one nearing completion is kind of a big deal, and it'll be even a bigger deal once it actually comes out.
Damn, coordination. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, we don't have it, by the way. We don't have it. But no fan projects.
We just throw ideas at each other's faces and see if it hits.
Okay.
We see what sticks. I'm a good shot.
All right.
Well, I throw things at Salty, they just bounce off, though.
That's because everything you throw at me is some kind of zucchini or cucumber.
Rubber and glue. All right, well, I'm going to actually open up and see if any of the fans over there on Justin TV actually have any questions. If they want to give a call in, I can add you to the phone line. Let me double-click this to make sure it is active. Just contact us over using Skype name Bronyville, and you should be able to give us a call if you so wish. And I can add it in here in case you have any question for these two.
This is some Brave New World
I
stuff
know,
going on
just
now.
scariness, bringing them in with guests. You don't know what they'll say. They may ask you, what's your favorite salad? What's your favorite salad dressing? You know. But let's see. I do actually want to call in briefly about another pony game thingy. Here's a question then. What other kind of games would you like to see somebody in the community create?
Robotron 2084. But with ponies.
That'd be kind of fun.
If either of you says you don't know what that means, I don't know what I can't be held responsible for what I'm going to do to you.
2084. Is that Metro game?
That was a twin-stick shooter, one of the very earliest ones.
Well, maybe he's British. They probably might not have had it because it was an arcade thing.
He's
I don't
British.
fancy
They
arcades.
don't have video games.
Well,
They have Commodore
we got an arcade.
64s.
We got an arcade nearby. I just don't go to it.
And you're why the arcade culture's dead. Good job. No.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
all.
I don't go
Britain's
to
fault,
arcades,
that
but I make
technical
arcade-style graphics. Yeah, lovely, isn't it? Contradiction.
So we
Yeah,
can.
by the way, can I borrow your sprites and make Robotron 2084 again? I really like the game. It's a lot of fun. But I don't think a lot of people have been doing like arcade-style games that are proper arcade-style. They do flash games, which are you just sort of, you do it once and you throw it out. It doesn't really stick with you. There was a certain thing about arcade games that would stick with you, and you'd play them forever. Flash games don't really seem to do that.
I could see somebody doing like a Robotron 2084 style game with Gatling Gun Twilight versus Changelings. Come on, guys, you should get on that.
Well, why don't we
I
just
would like to see
do some Contra
Joust.
at that case?
Joust with Pegasus.
That could work.
With
Except
dragons
for
or something on top of them. Holding
trying to compare a Pegasus to an ostrich, you're probably going to wind up getting kicked in the head sooner or later.
Yeah, well,
Why is a bigger kick? An ostrich or a pony? What have more
Can,
force?
can I, let's see. Have I ever seen an ostrich kick a dragon in the face? I don't know.
hey, a cassowary can kill a man with a single kick. So, they are dangerous birds. Then again, so can a ponies. Probably kill
Thanks
a dude
for
with
that.
a kick.
And I'm pretty
So-
sure it takes two kicks. The first one is like the Flintstones where he becomes an idiot. You know, he's like, oh, you just kicked him in the head and he's forgotten everything. So you kick him in the head again, now he dies.
Yeah, that's...
I'm really
weird
sorry I
places
had to
here
bring everybody
today.
down like that.
Here's one retro game I like to see. The old Tron bike game.
What?
You know, the Tron bike. So you're trying to avoid the
light-
wall that leaves behind.
Light bike thingy.
Light
Yeah,
cycle.
light bike thing. Yeah, light cycles. The ponies.
How would that
And
be?
their
very-
tails lead the trail.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
Like a trail of rainbows behind Dash, and you have to
Yeah.
fly around versus the other Dashes. Because there's like, I don't know, yellow tinged rainbow.
I wouldn't say flying's
Ooh,
allowed, more like galloping along the course.
I'm
Avoiding
saying
Yeah.
flying. Galloping? Come on, no one's that fast. You know what we just didn't say, though? None of us said anything like major
Have you
RPG.
met Pinky?
Hey, I saw that episode. It wasn't leaving that long of a trail.
I don't know. There was enough of a trail to cover all of Canterlot. that was kind of from one end of a city to another.
And it
It all
lasted there
depends
for
on the
a while.
narrative. But notice how none of us actually said, oh yeah, we want to see a big RPG. What is wrong with us? We're making the wrong game, Uramis.
Are we?
Well, there's plenty
telling
of
me this now
role-playing
after a year later?
opportunities.
Just do a twin stick. Yeah, just do a twin stick shooter, so we could have we could just have that. I think it's interesting with all like the TF2 like mods and like add-ins that everyone does, and there's enough games in TF2 stuff like that somebody hasn't like mildly decided to do like a first-person shooter where you're just shooting friendship.
Friendship lasers.
Fun guns. Yay!
Yes, we're shooting mind control.
In-game shop
blades.
purchasable. Orbital friendship cannon.
Yes.
We're respawning for more fun. Continue the party. All the party. You replace the intelligence with a birthday cake. You got any of you guys?
I wonder about you.
I think we had any of you guys want to call in any questions that we have for these two lads of video gaming making stuff fame?
Well, by the way, everybody, someone just reminded me of this. There were a whole bunch of questions that we had put up on our DeviantArt, and these guys aren't going to go through with them because, I don't know, they're kind of weird like that. But we will be releasing all of them in a written format for all of you to read after this show airs. I had kind of expected that these Bronyville guys were going to be poking through some of the more major questions, but I guess not.
Oh, we totally can.
Hint.
Intent. Oh, well. Hey, AC, I hear they have a list of questions.
Well, okay, let's go do the list of questions. And these were located at Brony or at DeviantArt, you said?
Yay!
Yeah, on our DA page. The reason why I say this is because you're going to laugh at this. I was on the Australian Bronycast, I think it's Bronycast like that, a couple of days ago, and during the entire interview part, the audio didn't catch.
Oh yeah,
I didn't record it, and I did all those questions, and I didn't get any of them recorded. And that was the second time in a row that it happened.
It was about 2 hours long, wasn't it? So we wasted 2 hours of our lives. That could have been done on.
You
program.
weren't there.
I was. Wait, was that the second one?
There was a second one.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, and I am checking
Oh,
it.
you wasted 4 hours of your lives then.
Woo! My time doesn't matter.
We've got several things here. So I see the FAQ that you have, the how to become a part of the team, which we could bring that up real quick if you want. Looks like you are still hiring and looking for particular people.
I need spriters.
Please don't mind his desperation.
So it appears coders, spriters, and artists, and linked here. Actually, this is MLPFIMonline.deviantart.com. It appears. Let's see, and checking out. So
please don't send me notes on DeviantArt. Use my email.
Salty doesn't hang around DeviantArt much.
I already have like 5 email addresses. I don't need a 6th one.
Let's see, and the interview time questions go through this. Will there be an open beta?
I don't think so. We didn't have any particular reason why we would need one for either the single-player or multiplayer component. The only thing that I could think of would be a stress test to see how many people the server that we're working with can handle, but I wouldn't think that would be much more than a week before Episode 6 goes out. UFO, don't make fun of me.
We're not going to release the multiplayer until it's actually decently functional.
Yeah, I don't want the whole thing to come crashing down on our ears just because we underestimated the number of people.
I'm beta testing Mr. Pandari at the moment, and it crashes a lot.
I have a feeling that, you probably want to have an idea that thing needs to be stress test pretty hard because when you hear, hey, there's a new game where you can go and dork around as your pony and shoot friendship lasers, it is going to fill up. It'll fill up immediately. You'll just be like, all right, the server's full. Come back later.
We've already got about 1,600 watches on our DA alone.
You can
really
pretty much
steal all of them, or what are you going to do with those watches?
Well, not just watches. Let's see. 634 members, 1,620 watches.
Right over his head. Every joke.
Yes, I am not. Humor is not my main function.
He does not feel humor. It is not part of his programming. So how are you guys?
Hey, Salty's the robot.
Yeah, he's made of space or something.
Yeah,
space matter.
Empty space.
So, how are you guys doing this? Are you planning on making any? Is there any monetary push to this? Are you guys going to be charging for anything, or is there going to be any additives? How are you going to be paying for servers and keeping all this active?
I pay for it out of my pocket. I'm getting right out ahead of you on this one. All of us are going to be providing this service entirely for free. Okay? There is no obligation whatsoever.
I'm not going to do this as part of the project, but on my own, I'm going to do commissions to make people's OCs for them.
Yeah, he's going to do that on his own.
And that money is going to be sent into the project.
So I can
It's
have
his choice to recycle it.
I can get my pink-bodied, blue-haired alicorn with
No
stars.
alicorns. Players cannot be alicorns. Stop right there.
Yeah, what is the matter with you people?
I'll
Turn
rip off
this
their
into
horns
a
and
travesty.
shove it in there.
Well, what characters can they play? I mean, you can obviously do from what we've
I'm
seen.
still working on the big Macintosh base, which players can be the big stallion type.
Can I jump around as a diamond dog?
No.
I don't think
any
he's
of
going to
that,
do
mate.
that base for that. You might do zebras. They're not that far off from a pony.
Yeah, I've got walking with a base zebra done, sitting down. That's about it, standing.
Yeah,
Basically, got
just for a little
some simple bits for Sakura at the moment.
one. So, you know.
I might
standard
do Griffins.
Griffins could be
Really?
fun.
Might do griffins?
Yeah,
Because
we
then you're
might
going to have
do-
to do all of the existing body wear, clothing and such.
No, they have their own outfits and whatnot.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this.
Well, then obviously this needs to turn into a brainstorming session, because if we're having this, then I would like to be a Hydra. I would also like to be a cockatrice. Let's see.
So when I find you, do I find you and kill you, or just...
Yeah,
what do I
because
do?
they're going to be beat up. They're going to be mobs you can beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the bad guys. Beat them up in multiplayer.
Friend them in multiplayer.
No,
Here's
you're
the
gonna be beating 'em
question:
up.
Can you play a character similar to the CMCs, a younger character?
Foals, no.
Well, they're not more colts and fillies, not foals.
Ooh, he got
Oh.
you with a technicality.
Oh, burn! Sick.
Well, I haven't got the bases made yet, so
See, look at this.
You're going to have to do it sooner or later, but
I know.
the amount of extra effort that is required for this sort of thing, and the fact that it is not at all related to actual gameplay quality, means that it's a back burner thing. It's not a high priority for us.
It's not really
ever.
needed right now. I could make single or little animations for the cute CMCs at the moment, but for full sheets is not ready yet.
So, what platforms will we see this on?
Anything.
Okay, so
No, not literally anything.
Okay.
All of the personal computer types, Linux, Macs, and Windows.
okay.
Don't forget Atari. You can play it on Atari as well.
Yeah, that.
I want to play.
I've had some people who are developers come in and talk about things like getting the DS. I don't think that it actually has the hardware strength to run it, and I also don't know about because I know the PS3 does not have an OpenGL. It has a wrapper for OpenGL. I know the Xbox does not, and I don't know anything about the Wii and whatnot. So I'm just going ahead and suspect that they are not going to be cross-compatible with any of the major consoles. So don't even bother.
And I have a feeling that with any of the major consoles, you'd run into a little bit of copyright issues as well.
Not if we make it less than legal.
We'll just get Salty to design our own console. Get onto it, console.
Oh yeah, I'll get right on that too.
The Pony
Mass
Sphere.
production.
No, but really, someone actually did come in and saying he could do the DS thing, but I didn't think it would be possible. So there you go. Just the major personal computer type platforms.
PCs and laptops, basically.
Let's see. So you said that the single-player bit will have 6 chapters, correct?
Yes, call them episodes,
Okay.
but it's basically the same thing.
And
Oh,
let's,
Atari 2600. The game will definitely be on that.
okay. And how would it looks like in the single player, you're in that particular bit, you're actually playing as the main 6, correct?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay. And so in like the multiplayer one, are they just going to be like characters that you would interact with then? Oh, look at this! I'm still informing decisions. Ah.
Well,
No,
we might have
this is the
live
thing that
events where GMs
yeah.
will control them,
Mm-hmm.
but
was one of
other than
his
that, they'll be
dreams
just
from
running,
the start.
walking around.
This was one of his dreams from the start. He wanted certain events, like a winter wrap-up and whatnot. This is back when that was actually new, by the way, because we haven't seen it. Why didn't they wrap up winter this year? But his original plan was to have certain GMs being playing the parts of certain characters during these events, and they would show up during those events, and you could interact with them. And other than that, they wouldn't be present. So that was the plan. Whether or not we can actually pull it off in practice, well, we have the equipment for it, but do we have the people for it?
Mm-hmm.
That's always something you can never really know, because how many of these
I'll
characters...
be on it all day, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Would there be any PvP?
No.
Now, that's a strictly coding question, and the answer is no, because remember, I did all offline stuff. All the projects I worked with were offline, and we don't actually have anybody.
Not grudges are brutal.
Hey, Grudges Are Brutal sounds like a really great game, and I kind of want to play it now. It sounds like that game. But since none of us actually have the experience, PvP is probably far off because it's a server coding thing, and it's a bit more difficult.
And there'd be a balance issue, so I'm not gonna
throw all of that immediately out of your head.
Unicorns are so strong.
Unicorns are too strong. Pegasus is too fast. Oh, I can't beat this.
Nerf
Oh.
Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, nerf rain booms. They're too powerful. Yeah, I'm not touching that. It's all PvE stuff. No beating each other up.
I actually...
Well, you'll have to go to some other fandom for your
The only PvP you have is competition stuff and minigames and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cooperative base.
Though I actually am a little curious in this. So I've looked at the videos, and so you have like, how are you planning on? Because of course, you know, the unicorns can do all their magic and do all that kind of stuff. The Pegasi can up and fly and do that. So how are you making Earth ponies fun?
Hopefully, I want them to run faster, be stronger, do objects or not.
No, this is something that we addressed fairly recently. I don't know if we actually pushed this out as a press release or anything. But the plan was that the game is not strict. Don't look at me like that, Uramis. The plan was that the game was not too strict about that. Instead, it's a pick-up-and-play sort of thing. If you you get your party together, you go to the instance, and then you pick your class. And if your class uses magic and you're not a unicorn, then you get some magic wand or something, so that you can just do that, so that everybody can play every role without having to create new characters and level them up and whatnot. It's supposed to be fun.
Oh, let's just make them alicorns while we're at it.
Oh, yeah, while we're at it. But it only lasts the duration of the instance. I'm going to put gameplay ahead of visual design. And I know the spriter is going to get mad at that. Oh, look at that. Gameplay trumps sprites. What do you got now?
I got nothing.
Didn't think so.
Making all sorts of scowls on that webcam that nobody can see, except us. Oh, now he's got his arms wrapped around himself. Now he looks like a little hobbit.
Anyway, so your character's subrace doesn't actually matter. There is no balance issue.
Because there's no balance.
Precisely. I am going to sidestep the issue entirely.
Now Earth ponies are equals.
Hey, if anybody thinks otherwise...
All ponies are equal.
Earth ponies are strong like the Hulk. They can super jump.
Than others. Some ponies are more equal than others. That's how it is in Celestia's Equestria.
Hey, let's not bring this up, Sandy. We had those classes.
This happens a lot, I take it.
Them unicorns and their magic.
We had these classes. Let me see. Oh, actually, that's weird. It's not doing it as it did. All right, here we go. We actually have a call in. Hey, Tetra.
Oh.
Hey,
Hello.
man. Hey, man. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Okay, so you had a question?
Yes.
Go for it.
First try. Oh, all right, perfect. Yeah, I have a few questions about the server side. Are you planning to release some kind of server software so people can have like custom servers at some point?
Now, this is, from a strict coding perspective, there's no problem with releasing that. It is entirely whether or not we want a sort of dilution, because initially, obviously, this is our game. We want to keep it the way our game runs, and I don't see any particular reason why we would allow, say, another world server. But instance servers, if someone wants to say, I have a server that can handle game instances of the multiplayer component, and picture of a cat, and I want everybody to be able to play on this as a help for the team, we would probably add server packages that allow you to become added to our little list of instance servers towards people. But if you want to run your own world, I don't know if we'd actually be able to provide that. There'd be a lot of updates and such, and it's really hard for even an internal company to keep everything synchronized properly. Like some of the MMOs, they just crash like crazy, or they get desynchronized and can't do that. So, from a technical standpoint, it's not easy. If we do pull it off, I still can't guarantee we would actually do it. if we decided to abandon the project, then, or like we decided like 2 years from now, okay, we've done MLP Online, we kind of want to move on, we would definitely release all the server code for everybody else to run their own servers as much as they wanted. You could modify it and such. But immediately, I don't think so. You're gonna have to wait a while.
They could create Discord land full of Discord.
No.
Everything is upside down. Chocolate rain everywhere.
Oh no, and cats.
Yes, there's a cat on the webcam at this point that no one else can see. Here, Starry, enjoy a cat.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yep, there you
You
go.
won't be saying it when she's climbing up the curtain down your legs.
I'm sure everyone that is watching wishes they could see that cat. It was the best part of the show.
This is the internet. No one has ever seen a cat on the internet before.
No, it's
They're
very hard.
Completely unique.
All right, Tetra, anything else?
Not that. Pretty much answers my question.
All right, thank you very much, dude.
See ya.
All right.
I actually answered a question.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wrong with me.
Let's see. Looks like we have another guy that wants to, or another individual that's, let's see. I had something to talk about that's a bit of a tangent, not really a question. Go ahead. Go ahead. Call now. There we go.
Operators are standing by.
You too could attend this show. All right. Add to group call. All right. Who we got with us this time?
This is B.A. Chammy. How are you doing, guys?
Doing fine. What do you got for us?
Hello.
All right. So I have something that I was actually trying to call in last week to talk about, but missed out on the chance to. I actually have a little bit of... It's a game project that was kind of missed out on. Equestria Daily kind of glossed over it a little bit. Like they hinted at it in the nightly roundup, and I just managed to catch it like completely by accident. This was like a month or so ago, though. I'll go ahead and link it right here in the Skype if you want to throw it up anywhere or do anything with that. I actually wrote an entire post about it on my Tumblr with some screenshots and everything. You guys know about the whole Into the Groove thing. It's kind of like it's kind of like the modern day Dance Dance Revolution thing.
Yeah, it looks very DDR.
Well, let's see.
Yes, and so you can see this. Let's see. Looks like the link for it for the Master of Meh. It is Azor Cadabra .tumblr.com.
Yeah, that's my other name. But yeah, imagine if you got a whole bunch of really high level DDR players or Into the Groove players together. They do this stuff with Into the Groove lately that basically I would like to call sidejack. It basically mess around with the bars, like throw stuff in front of the screen, everything like that. Now imagine a bunch of these guys that have a bunch of know-how on this game, on making these types of games. They got together. They got a bunch of these high-level players together and threw a big tournament. I'm not sure if this is like an annual thing or if they just do it every few months. It's a couple of states north of where I am. They're really big into like the whole Toho thing, so they usually do stuff involving that. But this time on their latest one, they decided to throw ponies into the mix. So what I have linked here is basically one big custom DDR game that they used for this big tournament event that basically has some sort of like little minor storyline, actual voice acting, and everything attached to it. And if you look on the post, it's actually got a link to the playlist right there. Some of this stuff is really crazy. We're talking like boss battles with Nightmare Moon possessed Twilight Sparkle, Nightmare Moon influenced Rainbow Dash, and like a big final boss with a double team of Discord and Yukari.
Yeah, this is a little nuts. I'm looking at this and it's got the storyline. Rainbow Dash is the last one still affected by Nightmare Moon. However, she's challenged you to a duel at the Cloudsdale Rainbow Factory to decide if one of you survives. This is all
video.
Yeah, this is.
take a look at the Discord one later on. They actually got the guy who does the voice acting for Discord from Project Saturation to do the voice of Discord in this. If you know anything about Project Saturation on YouTube, the guy that's like Super Mario Galaxy something is putting on. So they've got some. And I know Rena Chan was doing some of the voices for this thing too.
Oh God, you killed him.
Oh dear.
I am very sorry about that. Just don't say that name around me, son.
All right. Well,
call it RC or something like that. So I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, anything else there, BH?
No, this is. I wanted to put this out there because it's not. There's not much information available on it outside of the playlist that I've made and the posts that I've made. But I've been trying to get more people to be aware of this because this is an amazing example of a bunch of people getting together, a bunch of pony fans getting together with some technical know-how and making a really awesome game out of this sort of thing. You know, like you guys.
Okay. That sounds super cool. We got that out there, and I put a link in the show notes for you. So anyone that wants to check that out, it's the let's see. Let me click back to the show notes just to check. It's in the topic time, the XRTX listed there. That's the link to the blog post that's there. So, all right, that's very good. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Hey, good to have you. All right, and let's see. Anyone else? We got any other callers that we have, or shall we jump over to email? I'll give room for one more if anyone wants to make it, or we can just go ahead and move across.
You guys do need some waiting music going on here, because I can't take Uramis doing it anymore. Stop. Stop.
All right, we'll go ahead and move on to emails. Emails is fine by us. You can always email across the show over here to bronyville@gmail.com. That is where you can find us. We have a big list here, and as Salty stated before the show, several of these emails include the words "about," so he can mangle it with his crazy Canadian accent.
Because I totally say "about."
Yeah,
like
you say "a boot." That's what you say.
Yeah,
that's a Newfie. I'm not a Newfie, and I know someone from Newfie, and she doesn't say it either.
Yeah, he doesn't know what you're talking about, eh?
Yeah, I haven't heard you say either. You're breaking it for your people, you know.
My people.
Your people.
Okay.
You're
I'll
Canadian.
get right on representing all 30 million.
Oh, that's cute. They've got 30 million of them.
Yeah, we don't need you guys.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and those cute Canadians getting all uppity.
Hey, aren't there like that many British people too? I don't know your population number.
No, we're a dying breed.
Not a moment too soon.
That's a Mary Poppins joke.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and do this. I will start off first. Sandy Face, if you will do the second one. Then Uramis third, and Salty Face, you will get fourth.
Yay.
All right.
Salty's picture there is actually his current expression.
Let me see. I gotta look. The only picture I see is a giant question mark, but I think that's because I have to.
TF2 engineer.
You have to add somebody as a friend before you.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me do it quick. I guess you're worthy of being added as a contact. So let me.
Yeah,
that is very much your expression.
He's always that's his normal expression. When he frowns, it is down to the floor.
Yep. All right, let me do this. Greetings, Bronyville gang. I have to say I was pretty pleased with how Season 2 wrapped up, but there's one particular part of the wedding finale that got me thinking. As one of the few fans who has Celestia in the top of his pony rating, it is very excited to see her spring into action to strike down the Changeling Queen, only to be supremely disappointed to see her defeated in a very short time. Yes, Chrysalis was supercharged after leeching off of Shining Armor and Cadence for so long, but still, what I'm getting here is that for 2 seasons now, Celestia hasn't done much, and for the first time we actually see her take a threat on itself, she ends up looking bad. Yet she has done many things off-screen that we've been told about. A boot. Will we ever get to see Celestia flaunt her power that let her defeat Discord Nightmare Moon? I understand that as a plot device, she needs to lose so that the other characters can believe in themselves and save the day. But after both Discord's return and now the Changelings, it's getting a bit ridiculous. I admit that my feelings are a bit biased, seeing as how Celestia is best pony for me. Let's see. I also admit the fandom is mainly blamed for that with fanfics like Sunny Skies All Day Long and Celestia's Teeth. I'll skip. Do you think Celestia will continue to remain in the background and take the fall against Villain of the Day so that other ponies can pull through with their powers, or will she actually live to her past exploits in the screen at some point? Let's see, 222, and then this point. I realize that some of you said that this can be applied to Luna, but that topic for another time. Seriously, though, I expected a lot more from her in the season finale. It's almost as the writers they want more Luna. All right, we'll put her in season 2 and have her do almost nothing. But as I said, let's put that's best put aside for later. Keep up the great work. Stormwatcher, P.S. You don't have to read this part. All right, so, wow, yeah, that's a bit more. All right, thanks, Stormwatcher. So what do you think about Celestia just kind of eating it in the finale?
I think that Celestia is probably more on par with the demigoddess. Semi-immortal, very powerful, but as we have seen, apparently not invincible, which is kind of surprising because that kind of revelation to the ponies themselves would be extremely jarring. It's like, not, she raises the sun, but she just lost a fight. Is she really that all-powerful? Then, a whole can of worms got opened by her getting zapped like that.
I'd say it should have happened a bit more often and a bit sooner.
But
I'm kind of biased against her, so
I had to headcanon my way on that, and I just went, well, the reason it happened is that just like Superman, she gets her power from the sun. But you have to understand that there was a shield over the sun at the time, so she didn't get as much power. So that's the reason why.
Solar-powered heroes are such wusses.
Yeah. It's like, that's the total reason why. She just didn't have enough sunlight. If they would have done that in the brightness of day, she would have totally done it. And
I kind of want to see what Uramis thinks of this.
All I can think of is a mental image of Luna in the background, rubbing her hooves together, grinning maniacally.
Nice work. Or soon.
Yeah, Luna did kind of show up in the classic, just like, oh, I miss anything? I just almost half expected the rest of them just to shoot her a glance. So, like, do you think? I also love the picture that someone drew that was of Luna just sleeping through the entire invasion.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
There were several of those, and they were all gold.
She's just curled up.
I think season 3 is probably going to be a bit better about that. Because they're kind of probably going to notice that, hey, wait a minute, this super invincible creature hasn't actually done anything yet. So we're probably going to have to do something about that.
I wonder what their next idea for the big bad villain's going to be.
Oh, it'd be you, actually.
Oh.
Big, hairy British guy shows up.
Ew.
Yeah. Oh, please don't do that. For those of you watching, listening at home, he just did the troll face. And it's ghastly. If it's any consolation to you, Stormwatcher, you can look forward to the game that we're making having Celestia having a bit better of a role.
Oh, yeah, she's going to moon cannon people. Ponies.
Oh, come on, man. That's not even canon. The whole bananas thing.
No, she won't go bananas, but she'll use the moon cannon.
Moon cannon confirmed, Bronyville exclusive. There will be.
I don't think this counts as an exclusive. He never shuts up about this.
Yeah, someone didn't eat, they get banned to the moon, and it's the moon cannon way.
Oh, you Uramis. He's just nodding his head like a little 6-year-old.
How do you know what I put up with?
I see. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine just because if it really did come down to, and then then Celestia came up and smacked the situation right back to normal, it would get a little boring. I mean, she kind of did that in Lesson 0, where it's just like, and Twilight messed everything up. Horn, all right, time out. You know, she did flaunt a little bit of that. So that's why I like to say that the Shield did it. And who knows, you know, Chrysalis is rather tricky.
Really good idea for something that, if you want to do a big bad for the opener of season 3, like, you know, 2-parter episode, feature an ancient story between Celestia and Luna back like more than 1,000 years ago. There's a perfect idea for a setup for you.
But would you
want the event that got banished?
You could even do that. I don't know.
If they went back in time and did it, that would be great. Like if they were part of it, if the main 6 were there, that would be great.
When this pony gets going 88 miles per hour, you are going to see some serious yay.
That pony happens to be Fluttershy, oddly enough.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Oh goodness, okay.
Dash to the future. Come on, people.
So let's go ahead and move on. Sandy Face, if you would grab
my turn.
Yep, Sandy Face.
Dear Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, and esteemed guests, Twilight and Rarity are best pony, while Rainbow Dash is my least favorite main 6 pony. Sorry, Chef, but I had to choose, and Fluttershy has just been too awesome in Season 2 to put last. I see how it is. I've listened to your show virtually since it first started. Wow, look how far you've come, smiley face. But you've never felt the urge to email in. However, I wanted to send a personal thanks to you both and Midnight Shadow for introducing me to one of my favorite new pastimes, My Little Pony fanfiction. When I had first joined the fandom, which itself was a new thing to me, my knowledge of fanfiction as a whole was based on bad stereotypes and generalizations from other fandoms and had no intention of ever reading fanfiction. The only fic I'd ever read up until last October was the ever-infamous Cupcakes.
Bleh.
All right,
friends don't let
read it, and I'm not going to.
Friends don't let friends
I only
cupcakes.
read that to find out why half the internet was mourning the loss of innocence of Pinkie Pie. But you did it, didn't you? Over the months, you slowly cracked me in as soon as I had to start reading it. So good. Right now, I have most of the good fics, including the ones you guys recommend, on my Kindle, ready to read at any time, so I'll definitely get my pony fix throughout the dry season this time around. At the time of writing this, I have only read about 20 fics or so. 2 are very long. But I can safely say that my favorite short fic has to be Sunny Skies All Day Long.
Perfect choice.
Anyway, now for a question. I think we all know that John Delancey has said he's done some voice work for Season 3. Obviously, we all would love to think Discord is making a return, but how would you guys want him coming back? A main 6 versus Discord episode again, or a flashback to the period where Discord ruled Equestria before he got defeated by Celestia and Luna? Or maybe something new? Your ever-faithful listener, Juicy Cactus. P.S. UK, why you lacking in Pony?
Yeah, Uramis, get on it.
Yeah, why have you not fixed that, Uramis?
Hey, wait,
It's your fault.
You're the reason that your country...
as fast as I can on my own, thank you very much.
I think a clarification, a bit of the prehistory of Equestria would probably be a cool way for him to be around.
With time travel, because time travel...
see him come back and become friends.
I mean, it is the third, so it would go along with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It'd be My Little Pony 3 Ponies in Time. So,
oh no,
isn't that number 4? That was number 4. Mister.
I don't know. Would this be Secret of the Ooze or what?
No, the third movie was the Back in Time, but the 4th video game was Turtles in Time.
And the 4th video game was amazing. The movie is probably best left forgotten.
I've only seen the first movie and played the old Amiga game of Turtles, that's it.
There were Amiga games?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
There's one
I just found out something really uncomfortable.
But if it was a Discord came back into minor times, I almost think it would be on the plotline side of, hey, you thought that you put Discord back into a statue, like he was going to eat it, like he's going to eat that again, because he did kind of just like, oh look, I'm getting blasted, oh whatever, let me make the face, I kind of saw it that way, though he very much could just be imprisoned again. We have been clamoring for a history episode, hey, go back in time and how did everything happen story for a while. So if that is where he's going to be coming in, if they do, go into the said fan fiction, or the back fiction of how everything got started, then yes, I would love to see that. I would love
Actually,
to.
I just figured it out.
Okay.
He comes as Q. He talks to Captain Sparkle, takes her back in time just to mess with her.
Yeah, so
And I'm suddenly mixing everything up, but, I'm pretty sure you get every single Star Trek fan.
there are 4 lights, okay? There are only 4 lights.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know. You're driving this show somewhere weird and having to pull it away.
Because if you don't drive it somewhere weird, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one is crazy.
Sandy Face, your thoughts?
I
You had your
just
thoughts?
said my thought.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I have thoughts occasionally.
Okay.
Yes.
Uramis, go ahead and hit the next one, sure.
Okay, let's see.
It'd be this one right here I am highlighting.
Oh, yeah, okay. Greetings, Chef Sandy, Apple Cider, Starry Night, and Guest Combo of the Week. I've enjoyed what you do and appreciate the atmosphere of general cheeriness and that you foster throughout the show. Congrats on your show anniversary, too. I'm writing this after listening to episode 51 and your discussion of the season 2 finale. I was kind of surprised that you didn't even slightly mention one of the biggest revelations in the show. That happened to midway through episode 26. Celestia got punked out. Yay. The beloved and benevolent ruler of Equestria, and a being who is arguably a goddess capable of raising the sun and at one time the moon as well, got pwned by an insectoid dog-dwelling nightmare fuel. A bog-dwelling nightmare fuel. Yay. I know, I'm terrible at this. I know the show explained it as Queen Trump's princess. Wait, what?
I don't
Using
recall
a-
that.
No, not either. Using a death ray that was fueled by the power of love. One of the most powerful forces in the universe, according to the bedtime storybooks. But doesn't this kind of upset anybody else besides me? It may be that the evil queen is some sort of horrible dark goddess whose power parallels the rulers of other kingdoms. It may be that Shining Armor's abilities are very much like Twilight's in that both unicorns are very gifted in what they do, and thus his love for his bride is super powerful also. It was able to provide super fuel for forces of evil. However, something tells me this may have just been lazy writing. The writers knew they would have to get Celestia out of the way and didn't want to make it time to invent any other reason other than to direct physical contact. That would have been fun, though.
Yeah, and the rest of it kind of goes a little bit further into that. If you want to skip the next one, just read up just about to the thank you. Of course, I removed the H somehow. There we go.
I would
Thank
prefer
you
not
for
to
reading.
be tanked.
Thank you for reading. Thank you for my third family day. You continue to rocking on.
Yeah, that goes back into the previous question. The power of love. I don't think it. Guys. This is a kid's show. We are kind of watching a kid's show. So
No, it's
not
really
supposed to
not
be
a kid's
that.
show.
Manly.
We've taken over. We've taken over.
what are you talking about for kids? This is a manly man show. No,
I'm going to lift weights.
No, I mean, I think, in my opinion, I could see it just totally like, the part that I think, the part that I kind of go, well, that was kind of odd, was the entire fact that Chrysalis has Cadence, like, gooped up so she can't move, but after Twilight de-goops her, she's just like, whatever. Like, that's the only point that I find. Like, you found it important to bind her up before, but when she's released, you're like, I'm going to this window.
Idiot plot. I
Yeah.
think the problem all three of the villains actually so far have had is that they're too dramatic. They need to get just down and dirty and just start killing everybody, you know?
Shit, no, jeez, what's going on
Okay.
here?
Well, this is what you're complaining about. They're not being good enough villains. That person just got away. Leave it. Or Nightmare Moons. You think you can beat me? I'm just going to laugh at you for a while.
Yeah,
They kind of leave themselves open.
Yeah, the Discord. I'm just gonna shrug. You guys think you can take me down
The
again?
bad guy monologuing. That's their weakness.
They are really big villains, and that's why I like them. So please don't get on their cases about being big villains. Over the top is better than under it.
Hi, I'm a villain. I'm gonna go over here and do some bad things, and please don't stop me. God, I kind of feel sad for him.
Why am I rooting for this villain of yours?
I don't. I've got.
Salty always goes for the underdog.
I've got.
The world's first stoner villain.
He's just like, my knee hurts, and I've got asthma. Please don't stop me as I take over. God, I feel really bad for him. Just let.
Can you hold still, please? I got arthritis, and it's hard to aim with this death ray.
So, when Sandy, or whoever that was, Cider, wants to have like this moping, unfortunate villain, he goes sort of the classic losers high school. When Uramis wants to do it, he goes Scottish.
Oi! I take you down. No, it would just be the character of just like, he has such good ambitions, though he's completely like, I'm gonna take over this world. Ow.
He's a Dr. Horrible parody, and you want him to win. You really do.
He's like, he's trying so hard.
Yeah.
He's trying just so hard to make things work.
Yeah, ignore the cat. She's attacking my mouse cursor.
I see. All right. Well, let's see. Salty, mind getting the next one? It has an about in it.
Yeah. Get off my back. Salutations, Cider, Sandy, Starry, and special guests, Uramis and Salty Justice. I adore the podcast and have been listening since I became a Brony, sometime at the beginning of Season 2. But now that Season 2 is over, I'm wondering what the fandom is going to do to hold out until Season 3. I heard that between Seasons 1 and 2, the community created a ton of content to keep the fire alive. I'm hoping the same enthusiasm returns in full force. I'm ready to contribute to the content pool, but the fandom is vast and a little overwhelming, not to mention setting a precedent of high-quality material. I was wondering if there are any bronies in leadership roles, and if not leaders per se, are there other similar community resources for us fools in the fandom? Thanks in advance for getting this answered, and keep up the fantastic work. Your faithful listener, Metro Ponytown.
P.S.
Hey, Uramis, that's how you sight read.
Bam.
Yeah, I'm not really good.
Bam.
And there's a P.S. there, sir.
Oh, I didn't notice. Gotta scroll down.
Yeah, that's not how you sight read.
While I love any one of the main six for many reasons, I can't help but feel that the title Best Pony belongs to Helen of Troy, the mare that launched over 9,000 ships in a veritable Brony civil war. Hey, other guys, what is he talking about?
He thinks Derpy Hooves is the best pony. He just says it in a very flowery.
Yes, read the last line.
Yeah, I just looked at it. I'm okay, everybody. The mare that launched over 9,000 ships in British Civil War. She is our medium to the deities, Studio B, DHX, Lauren Faust. She is a great symbol of the fandom. I must pledge allegiance to one Miss Derpy Hooves. What? Derpy Hooves?
Who's she?
I'm sure I'm going to catch a lot of flack for that.
Who's she?
But I'm still going.
I've never heard that name on the show.
No, that's not what I'm trying to get at.
Wah,
I still
wah.
think her name's Ditsy Doo because I read Carrot Top's Garden, and that's my headcanon. Come on, guys.
I'm fine with whatever.
Throw me a bone here.
We'll try to get on your Tumblr level.
Hey, man. Whatever your Tumblr level is, mine is higher.
I don't have a Tumblr, so...
No, as I recall here, I can't actually remember if we had gone either way in this, because I think it was Amy Keating Rogers said that her name was still canonically Ditsy Doo, and then someone else came and said it was Derpy, so I actually don't know. Which way has it gone?
I don't, either way, I don't really care, whatever. I mean, it's a fan name for all of us. It can be Derpy or Ditsy. If I really want to go with what name makes me feel more comfortable, it's Ditsy, because there is definitely connotations with Derpy, but as I said, I am totally fine with it being one way or the other. They're twins. Look, I just fixed it. I fixed everything. They're identical twins. We've never seen this before. Amazing. That's amazing. And no, Dinky is Derpy's daughter. There you go.
That one I'm giving you. I love that little fan-on bit.
So, what can you do during the long ponyless summer? Well, there's actually a lot of options available to you. If you want to do music, there's the guys over at My Little Remix. They do... they will critique the crap out of your stuff, I'm sure. You can go there to get tips and tricks and meet with other like-minded musicians. If you're an artist, there's the Artist Training Ground alumni group on DeviantArt that is still doing the Artist Training Ground kind of thing that Equestria Daily did back in the day. Back in the day being like a year ago. They should probably try that again.
That'd be
I think
good.
that'd be good. If you're trying to get into writing, I do believe that Midnight Shadow, who you might have heard on the show before, is still doing his occasional writing workshops on Ponychan's writing board. I could be wrong. But there are plenty of options if you know where to look.
You have any skill as a sprite artist? I know someone who needs some help.
Yeah, if you need sprite artists, they
Please! I need help.
need help. They really need help.
Not they need help. I need help. Salty has more monkeys than I do.
I mean,
I don't think. I'm just going to go from implication that he's probably not a coder, so I'm just going to throw myself right out of that talent pool.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to a lot of what you want to do. You know, there's plenty of ways to contribute. I would say you could contribute by spreading the love of Bronyville podcast by telling all of your friends about us. But that is a little self-serving.
That's not just a little self-serving. It's kind of silly when you think about it.
It is.
Everybody already knows about Bronyville podcast, right?
Well, Bronyville podcast, which you can find at bronyshow.com or bronyvillepodcast.com, also available on iTunes.
Salty, you got to add a new option in the main menu. Sponsors.
No.
Can we get a quest in the game sponsored by Bronyville podcast? Because I would totally be for it. I will toss you $50 to get us an officially sponsored quest in the game.
Wow, $50.
I know.
I could buy gas.
$50 whole dollars. 50 whole American dollars. I'm not sure if you felt that much, Salty. It's big money.
That's like $50 and 37 cents.
That's more like 32 quid to me.
Thanks, Britain.
But
Now it's cheap cash.
now, granted, it'll have to go through PayPal, so they'll take their cut. But still, it would be 50 whole American dollars. All right, whatever. I mean, if you want to do stuff, that is, you can. I mean, there's totally some stuff you can do.
Pick something you want to do that you think you're good at. Go to Ponychan. I think there's a whole board for it, and just say, "Does anyone want to show me the ropes?" And you'll get a lot of people who'll do it because everybody's really nice over there.
And yeah,
just do that.
And don't forget, there's like making customs. People have been doing a lot of that.
Oh yeah, I kind of
make me a plushie. I will love you forever.
You can learn to plush. You can learn to make customs.
Oh, did you see that Christmas plushie on eBay?
There's a Christmas plushie?
No,
Chrysalis?
Queen Changeling.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chrysalis plushie.
Yeah. There's a plushie in there. It was sold for $3,000, but at one point it boosted up to $14K.
And then boosted right back down.
Yeah. I think someone played a joke or something, but it was up to 14,000.
That's like the Fluttershy doormat that went for that was up to like $5,000 for a while.
I think we're in the wrong profession here.
Yeah.
AAC, you want to get your Bronyville quest?
Okay.
You get a plushie or $14,000.
No, that's a lot. That's. Hey, Starry, could you start knitting something? I don't.
Why? Because I'm a girl?
No.
Oh, didn't think I'd see sexism on this show, but guess I was wrong.
That's not even sexism. She might do that as a hobby.
She could.
Yeah.
You.
Well, I don't.
That's why it's sexist, gentlemen. That's
She
why.
has a friend that knits.
She doesn't knit either.
I feel like I'm digging myself a hole right now.
And I'm feeling like the rest of us should really stop giving you shovels. Knock it off.
Wow. Starry, you don't know how to, take things.
Why
are you so bad?
So mad at me.
You don't have to live with this.
And I'm thankful every day.
Neither
right.
do you, Starry. Just go out the door and run as fast as you can. Run. He can't catch you. He's kind of chubby. Basic assumption. No idea. Can't see his picture. Just saying it.
I have a face for radio, sir.
At least he admits it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on because I'm tired of digging. So thank you to all of you that sent emails in. You can send those in at bronyville@gmail.com. It's time for us to talk about the awesome people who have put us up in the iTunes Bronies, our fun guys there. I actually managed to find some ways on iTunes to look at where we were, and we are in the top audio podcasts for TV. We are in like the top 60, like set in the top 60. We do have some top episodes and things like that. I'm trying to think. There was one of them that was like the Talking Dead we're actually ahead of, which I think is made by the guys that do have done like a lot of the script work for The Walking Dead. So
wow, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. So yeah, very cool. As I say, always see if you can go on to iTunes, give us a reviews. It kicks us up higher. It makes everyone know that we're there. It smacks a little bit closer us to try and take down Kevin Smith's empire every day, regardless if Chef actually wants us to do that or not.
We are right now 1, 2, 3, 4. We are 23rd we are on the front page of What's Hot. New Networthy.
Nice.
That is awesome.
If you are listening in the chat and you have not subscribed on iTunes, I am waving a finger. You feel this? This is hot finger wagging. I'm doing it so hard you can hear it now.
That's your pinky, mister.
Yeah. But please go on there, subscribe, and do leave us a review because I'm going to read your name on the show just like I'm going to read Waffle134, Colin Baca, One Hand One, Haxus 13, Nocturnal Dreams, and Philip McGillen. And also just a little update for everyone out there. We were taking and still are going to take, I decided to extend it for one more week, donations for the meal drive for DHX. We're just going to give them an awesome breakfast. So what we've collected thus far should give them a pretty good. We have definitely.
Sinbaro just came online.
Yeah, well, that's great because we're at the end.
It's a little bit late for that.
We're at the end of the show. So yes, this gives donations across to all the awesome people working over at DHX and making us making My Little Pony and just doing all the great stuff over there. So if you still want to donate, we will take it up to the next Saturday. So we can take just a little bit more donation time to make sure that we get all of you that have the capabilities of doing it. Just go over to BronyShow.com, BronyvillePodcast.com, go to the right-hand side, and you will notice the donation link. Link however much. You can just do a little bit, a lot. That is fine. Any who donate will receive an email after Saturday asking for some of your information of what you would want put on a giant card that we are going to also send up to DHX along with the food, with the beginning part of the card drawn by our own good friend Pixel Kitties. So we are going to have a giant awesome card. It will have your name on it. Just all you got to do is just donate. Go over to the show, donate a little bit of cash so we can get these guys an awesome breakfast and just say, hey, we really appreciate this show you do and how much you reach out to the community. The donators that have sent across for this week is John F., Nicholas H., Christian G., Greg Noval G., Victor V., Cohen V., Anthony I., Engineer Brony, Timothy L., James Shy, The Mysterious Mare-Duel, Philippe C., Mats M., Midnight Surf, Martin G., Sky Strider, Anonymous, and Richard F. So thank you very much to all of you that have donated. There is still room and still time to donate across if you so wish, sirs. And beyond that, that leads us to the one cool thing. This is the links of the one cool thing that we wish to inform our audience about, inform all of our awesome listeners to just check this out because we think it's pretty fun. The one I'm going to link this time is going to be the Thinking with Portals animations. This has been a set of animations done for a while, but I kind of jumped into it a little bit late. but it is very much My Little Pony meets, Portal. And there has been 6 animations that have been done so far. Another short trailer has been released recently. The link that I have here goes towards all these little fan animations, and you know what? It is really good. It is high quality, neat stuff. So if you don't mind a little bit of silly, cross hey, look, everyone's playing with a portal gun. As long as you're fine with that, and it's really neat animation. Also brings you over to the same page that you can find the StarCraft portraits that were made a while back for the different ponies hanging around and doing different Terran classes. So go check that out. It's a neat link. It takes you over to, oh God, how do you say that name? Yudhakiladai. Ooh, boy, that's one heck of a DeviantArt there, sir. But yeah, go check that out. That's
Yudhakiladai. Try that.
Yudhakiladai.
Sounds better.
Yeah, that works better than my mangling of whatever it is. Yudikai Helikai. All right.
And he's going to tell me I'm the more wrong.
Yeah, Moran. All right.
I'm going to hit. Sorry if I pronounce my name wrong, but I'll pass on that.
What?
You call me Uramis, don't you?
Uramis. Well, I'm doing it because it's trendy. The Uramis. He does not.
I prefer Uramis.
Uramis. However.
His actual name is Spaceman, but whatever.
Spaceman.
Space Pony.
Or Space Pony, if you want to, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Sandy Face, what you got?
All right. My cool thing this week is going to be the Seeds of Kindness album. It's a good cause. It's a good album. And you should, if you like music, this is a neat way to get like 40 tracks. It's good stuff.
All right.
Everyone else has their hand in my pocket. Now I have to go buy this. Thanks a lot. I have no self-control.
Yeah, it should probably do that. I should probably grab that as well. It's for a good cause. It helps people, not get hurt. No, and no to violence. Bad violence. Uramis, because I'm going to just now mangle it because you pointed it out. What do you have?
What do I have? What? Oh,
Yeah, we're doing a show, sir.
Doctor Who's and his assistant.
Sell it to me.
Basically, Doctor Who meets Daffy, Ditzy, same thing, and it's hilarious, basically, yeah. I don't know how to describe it, it's just hilarious comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, hilarious.
All right, and it's just available there?
Yeah, it's not my thing.
All right.
I'm antisocial, all right?
All right, Salty, what do you have?
Shoes!
Salty Face.
Anyway, I have a link to our new sound guy, Hupondroid's SoundCloud is my cool thing. He produces sounds. Most of it's going to be featured in the game when it gets released, and he's been harping at me to get more links for it. So I want everybody to go to this and listen to his awesome music. Do that.
That's a lot of music.
Yeah,
it's actually quite a lot, and he produces a new track every couple days, except for the ones I ask him to, because he just likes to spite me.
All right, that's cool. Oh, somehow I've highlighted the entire bottom of my screen. Oh, well, that's fine, and that will take care of the one cool thing. That is, so that will take us here to the very edge of our show, where we can't look back, but we have to go ahead and call this for this week. First off, I would like to thank Uramis and Salty. Thank you very much for showing up. If you want to go ahead and pimp your project one more time, sirs.
Yeah, you do it, Spaceman.
My Little Pony Online. Come have some fun, socialise, and...
And if I didn't mention it, I am actually going to BronyCon in person to present it, and I hope to see everybody who's listening there.
I want to go, but I can't get there.
We are trying to get him an import visa. They keep on refusing. They think he's a terrorist.
Let me into the country.
Too dangerous for the United States, that's for sure.
Uramis Ebenhart, too dangerous for the States.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the America's Most Wanted list.
And what's the website address?
MLPOnline.net.
Awesome. All right. Sandy, want to thank you for showing up once again, bringing thunder.
Yay, I'm helping.
Hey. And I want to also thank you, all the awesome people who listen to the show, download it on iTunes, and I am waving again to those in the chat. Hello, Humapony droids that are hanging out in the chat. we love you. We're going to do this every week or so-ish now, so keep a look on Justin TV. I will talk about it on Twitter, and we will go ahead and do these more. All right, here we go. I've got to make a decision real quick for a new thing that I want you to do. So, I want you to go on to iTunes, and I want you to leave a review. The reviewers for this coming week, I will give a prize to. One prize will be chosen from someone that leaves a review on iTunes. So this is your point. This is your big chance to go leave a review. If you have done it already, go make a new one. Make a new account and just make a new review.
I don't think they can do that, AC.
You're a bad man.
Get a new email
You are
address.
bad.
Just make a new email address. That's all you got to do, sons. Sneaky. Aha. So, see if you can do that. And any of them, if you could do it U.S., international could be a little bit tricky to try and calculate all of those COTANs. So, yeah, if you could just go inside of there, make a new account, and I will choose one of those, and they'll get buttons or a DVD, or I will send something out to them. So, go ahead and do that. That will be your little challenge for this week, and I will find one of you and send some swag too. All right, that will be the challenge for this week. As a matter of fact, I will put down that as a brand new thing on this show. Let's see, there's the thing. Enter weekly challenge. Ha ha ha. I want to make that bigger. I'll do that bigger later. All right, so you can go ahead and find us over at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. If you want to leave us thank you. If you want to leave us a email, you can do that at bronyville@gmail.com. iTunes reviews. Hey, I just gave you a really good reason to do it, so go do that, and I will make a decision by next Saturday of who gets that. Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter at Bronyville and Chef.
At Chef Sandy.
The meetup groups, I host the Bronies of Northern California, while Chef hosts
North Texas Bronies.
And we will be at where?
We will be at Everfree Northwest here in August.
Awesome. All right, and that's going to call us for episode number 53. We will be back next week with more Pony. We're going to actually have a really cool guest. I will go ahead and reveal it right now. It's going to be an individual from that great website called Know Your Meme. And we're going to talk about ponies from a meme researcher. Ooh. So, there you go, guys. We'll go ahead and catch you next week. Sleep well, every pony.
Adios.
Sayonara!
Yes, that.
Now the hour has come at last, the soft and fading light has crossed the west horizon and has bidden us good night. And what a lovely night it is to walk a moonlit field, to see the softer shades that are by starlight now revealed. So why is it that now when all is quiet and at rest, when candles glow and all the world is at its very best, the ponies of Equestria should lock themselves away, to shun the moon and wait instead for Sister Sunny Day. Am I so wrong to wish that they would see things like I do? And am I so wrong to think that they might love me too? Why shouldn't they adore me? Is it not within my right? I'll not be overshadowed, mine is not the lesser light. I've waited long enough now for them all to come around, and though the sun may plead and threaten, the moon will stand her ground.